and gentlemen, welcome back to Big A. Unfortunately, we have to go back to the UK. Now, I know what you're saying. We've done way too many UK news updates on this channel recently. We had a long period with none of them, and now we're doing a bunch. The problem is all the news in America, especially the big news today, is about the damn Iran war, and I'm sick of covering it. It's the same story every 2 weeks. I'm going insane. So at least something different's happening in the UK, and that's why I want to cover it. Now, 2 weeks ago, we covered the downfall of Prime Minister Keir Starmer in the UK. This is him now looking sad as he resigns. We did the video, another one bites the dust. Well, Keir Starmer is sort of the impetus, the way into this story that we're talking about today. Keir Starmer, looking very prime ministerial here. There's one unique aspect of this image that's really important. It's right here, the glasses. Because Keir Starmer did not buy these glasses himself. They were in fact very expensive glasses that were gifted by a big money political donor. Even some Labour MPs say Starmer's free glasses aren't a good look. Waheed Ali, this guy seen here, donated not just glasses, but a lot more, £100,000 in tickets and gifts and glasses and luxury goods to Keir Starmer. It's one of the scandals, not the biggest scandal, but one of the scandals that helped bring down his term and lead to his resignation, among many other things. And a lot of people in the press and the media and other politicians made fun of him. One of them is Nigel Farage, who we've talked about before. Nigel Farage is currently the leader of the single most popular polling political party in the UK. Reform UK. Big on Brexit, big on anti-immigration. You can see Nigel Farage here making fun of Keir Starmer's glasses gate.
Do you like them? Very expensive. But guess what? I bought them myself. How about that?
He bought him himself. He's not paid off like these other globalist shills. He doesn't have those kind of scandals. Until, of course, The Guardian found out that he did. And in fact, Keir Starmer's £100,000 in fully disclosed paperwork filled out gifts kind of pales in comparison to £5 million undisclosed under the table from a crypto billionaire. Okay, that adds a little bit of a wrinkle. This crypto billionaire, Christopher Harborne, a Thai-based national who donated tons of money to help support Reform UK's party. And in fact, if you do the paper trail, Nigel Farage was seemingly not even planning on running until this money showed up, and then all of a sudden he ran. So it seems like there's a bit of a, pay to play access for these rich billionaires. Nigel Farage at first brushed this off, but the press kept asking, stories kept coming. It became something that wouldn't go away, and his story kept changing about it.
Pounds was for lifelong security for you. You've also said it was a gift. Can you just clarify?
No. Let's be clear.
For?
Let's be clear. It's an unconditional gift. I can spend it on cars if I want to. It's entirely up to me, right? But there is a specific reason.
He's answered this so many times. He said I can spend it on Ferraris. I can spend it on betting on the horse races. I can do whatever the hell I want.
For this, I have been physically the most attacked and endangered politician in Britain for now well over a decade. At every stage during that time, when I've asked the state to help and support, most times they point blank refused. I know, because of the division in politics, that I will need protection until the day that I die. And that is my intention, that is what it's for, and it means, frankly, I can get on with my job and not worry about the long term.
So, Mr. Farage, how much of that money have you spent?
Look, it's literally none of your business. If I've given it to charity, but the truth is, I haven't. I know what it's
You haven't spent any of it?
It's none of your business. It's literally none of your... How much of your salary do you spend on bit?
So a politician taking millions in undisclosed money, you're required to disclose it. It is the public's business. And so people kept asking, even from, sources that might normally be more favorable to him.
I've got to ask you a question about this £5 million gift from this crypto billionaire. You know better than most politicians how LBC works. I'm getting comments as you and I are speaking. This man needs to tell us what has he done with the £5 million. Get him to be truthful. Nigel Farage, please, what has happened to this £5 million gift?
With all due respect, what's it got to do with you?
Well, because
So this strategy of like, what It's not none of your business. Who cares? Stop asking. What's it got to do with you? It doesn't work, okay? People just become more and more curious. He sounds very fucking defensive, very on edge about it. They keep asking. And I think they have a right to, by the way, because the core question is this: is a guy who would do this for 20 quid?
Happy Pog Day to my favourite Valorant gamers. A reminder, show the sus simps and incels among us how to date girls and not be big cringe imposter chungus.
If he's a guy who would do that for so little money, what would he do for 5 million pounds? Is it perhaps very easy to buy a lot of privilege and access from a politician like that? That's the question we all have. I mean, he's the guy that said,
It's a bit early in the day, so all I've got actually is coffee, but I hope you enjoy a few pints with the lads tonight. Up the rah.
Up the rah, Nigel. I mean, I know that you said sorry. I know you get 87 quid. It's entirely within your rights to do that. But come on.
If you don't know, up the rah is the Irish Revolutionary Army or Republican Army. They killed a lot of British people, and up the rah is a supportive statement for them. Not a good thing for a British politician to say. So, Nigel Farage is starting to get angry. He's been in this dysfunctional Britain doing quite well. His poll numbers go up and up. But this story keeps hounding him. It's hurting his chances. It's hurting his big moment. And so his anger turned into a plan. He realized he has to take back the narrative because it's being stolen from him. So he has a plan. Here's what he's going to do.
I've thought about it hard, and I've decided today I will resign as a member of Parliament for Clacton-on-Sea, thereby forcing a by-election, which would happen, I hope, in short order. No, I've decided that the people of Clacton should be the judges of my actions. This will be a people versus the establishment by-election.
Let me explain what he's doing specifically. It sounds like he's resigning. He is resigning his seat in Parliament so an election is triggered so that he can run again. And the idea is, if I win this election again, then the people support me. And this fucking stupid scandal should go away. I have the people at my back. I've been tried in the court of public opinion and I've won. That's the plan. And to be honest, from a purely cynical political perspective, it's not too bad of a plan. Getting ahead of the narrative in some way, he's taking back some action or control. I can see the logic behind it, especially because Clacton-on-Sea, this part of the UK, right here, where he holds his seat in Parliament, is extremely one of the worst places to live in Britain. I'm sorry, that's a side note. It's one of the worst places to live in Britain, but it's extremely pro-reform UK. It is one of the single largest pro-Brexit areas in all of the UK. They are die-hard Nigel Farage supporters. He won every, what do they call him, district in the last election, okay? Reform had complete sweep. So he's thinking, there's no way I lose this election and I can get all this controversy stuff off my back. And then I can celebrate on Clacton Pier. Everyone will love me and I'll be back in the good graces and it'll be a clean sweep. And the plan seems simple and it seemed like it might even damn work. I mean, he wasn't gonna lose until every other party looked around and realized this guy's playing us for a fucking fool. We're not gonna take part. These are all the other parties that might run in the Clacton-on-Sea election. They all decided one by one, nah, Green Party's not gonna run, Labour's not gonna run, Tories aren't gonna run, Lib Dem's not gonna run, Restore Britain, which has some actual fans in this part of the country, decided not to run. Nobody's running. They're all saying it's a sideshow. So instead, it's just him, ostensibly, running against himself. Enter his one challenger. Count Binface. Now that no other party is putting someone up, this guy, Count Binface, a sort of comical relief guy in British politics, is his only challenger. The guy with a bin on his head who says he's from planet Sigma 9 is now getting all of the press attention as the one guy standing up to Nigel Farage.
Now, so far, one of the only few who say they will stand in the Clacton by-election is Count Binface, who was last seen sharing a stage with Andy Burnham at the Makerfield by-election. And Count Binface joins us now.
Good morning, your time. Good evening, Sigma 9 time. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Good morning from space. Hello to you. First question, why would an intergalactic space warrior want to stand to be the MP for Clacton?
Good question.
Why not?
Enough said. Enough said, Count Binface. Why not? So he is running and he is getting interviewed. He's run this bit for a while. He was Count Buckethead or Lord Buckethead before. There was a legal thing, he had to change it. He's been Binface for a while. But this is shaping up to be the biggest attention he's gotten for his whole career, because this one-on-one with Nigel Farage is putting him in a spotlight in a way he hasn't been, where usually he's been like the 9th or 10th or 11th ranked candidate. And so, if you go back to those stats I showed you, while Nigel Farage is currently in the most popular individual party in the UK, and while it's even higher in Clacton, he might have 30 or 35%. That still means around 70% of the electorate hates him. It's the largest individual party, but all these people collectively don't like him. And if none of them are running to split the vote, there's actually a long shot, but somewhat chance that he could combine all of the anti-Farage vote into something realistic, all right? And you're already starting to see a lot of momentum. It's so funny and comical and out there that people are starting to talk about it. You're seeing it's time to clean up Clacton, vote Binface. They've made up a new party name, Refuse UK, Refuse. They got Obama posters for him. They're marching in the streets. And the whole thing has turned this like political gambit by Farage into something of a clown show where he looks rather stupid. Whether he wins or loses, he's left fighting a trash can and wasting everyone's time. And what's extra interesting is, even if he wins this election, there will still be a parliamentary hearing on his £5 million, at which point, if he's found guilty, he may have to do another election. And that one, everyone is planning to run in. So if he even squeaks this one out looking like a fool and then is found guilty, there could be another, and everyone's gonna be pissed at having so many elections. So it's turning into a real sour spot for Nigel Farage. And again, based on the 24 results, if the other parties combined and put it behind Binface, it would be enough to give him the victory. Unlikely. People will likely stay home. But if it does happen, I mean, even if he edges out a 60-40 win over a guy in a trash can suit, it's not a good look in your most important district. So I'll close this very funny British politics story with some words from Count Binface himself.
Joining us live, Count Binface himself. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Justin. Good morning, today listeners, planet Earth. It is a pleasure to be here.
I should say you are, I can see a video link of you. You appear to be in outer space and wearing your bin.
What else would you expect, mate? You know, I was on my way back home to Sigma 9, bit of R&R, and then old Nigel throws his toys out of the pram, has a hissy fit, calls an unnecessary by-election. I got wind of that. I've turned around the starship pronto. How about that? Lovely.
What is your appeal going to be to the people of Clacton?
Here it is.
Well, I'm not Nigel Farage.
That's his platform. I'm not Nigel Farage, and it may, in fact, hit. Stay tuned to Big A for more updates on this saga in British politics. Thanks for watching.